welcome to UR Standup Comedy's Winter Showcase. Thank you. That applause almost makes up for the lack of people here. Yeah! About studying and stuff and all that. Oh yes, please. Thank you. So yes, this is me. This is what I would put in my Netflix special. I also am very Also, I'm very good at impersonating emojis. So that's me. And that's them, okay? And then this is a lovely picture taken by over FaceTime. I think this angle is perfect. It shows my elven features. Anyway, so I'm really happy to be here with my stand-up comedy members. A few weeks ago, we co-sponsored the Vocal Point concert. And they said our name on stage, so I was like, woo! And then I screamed, and then someone else in the audience was like, oh, I hate when babies cry. So, since the theme of this show is homecoming and high school dances, I'm going to talk about my high school experience. So, I was blessed to be on the homecoming court during my senior year. And I was the least popular girl in school, but I was absolutely the fucking weirdest. So, my slogan was, be a smarty, vote for candy. Oh, no. Get Smarties. I think that I won because people used to snort Smarties back then.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. So in 10th grade, I ran for the president of my grade, and so I used the same campaign as always, and I handed out a bag of Smarties, and this bag was really big, and I had a lot of Smarties, and there was this one kid who was like obsessed with eating them. He ate them, he snorted them, he smoked them. Yeah, I'm not joking, this kid was great. Yeah, they are. But I guess since he couldn't get cocaine, that was like the closest thing he could get. So I handed out like half the bag, and I gave it to him because he was like, I'll take the rest. Then he was absent the next day because he ate all of the Smarties. There were like 100 in there. He ate all of them, and then he was sick. But anyway, so I got in the homecoming court using that same method, and it was great. Now I'm going to talk about my actual high school experiences. So I'm going to spill the tea for y'all. Get ready. So when I was in 11th and 12th grade, I was in love with this boy. Let's call him Lonnie because that's what his name was. And we were really close friends in high school until people started figuring out that I liked him. And then he got super awkward. So one day we were sitting in the library together and he left his pencil on the table when he left. So picture the angel on one of my shoulders and the devil on the other. The angel was like, hurry up and give it back to him. And the devil was like, keep it, start writing your wedding vows with it. So then I had a 17th birthday party and I invited him because I thought we were friends, but he forgot about my party and made plans with other friends. And I know, because I went on that Snap map. Actually, I don't think the Snap map existed back then. I went on the Snapchat story and I saw it. And so I decided to confess my undying love for him over Snapchat. Woo! So I was like, oh, like, I can't believe you forgot about my party. Like, I think you should know that I'm in love with you. And he's like, oh, shit. So I guess I scared him because he never posts on Instagram. But coincidentally, the next day, he posted a picture of him and this girl, and his arm was around the other girl. I was like, oh, heck no. Obviously, they were tired of living. Yeah, don't worry, I'm joking. Yeah, but like, okay, so all of what I've been saying is like in my high school written works of comedy, and I was looking through it, and I wrote some things that were very cringy. One of them is that I was very scared of sex at the time. And so I was like, and people, they're always like, oh, do you want to like have sex with him? I was like, ew, no. And then, like, no. And so I wrote in my little like comedy journal thing, I was like, I wouldn't want to have sex with him, but like if we got married one day, if he could impregnate me just from giving me a certain look, that would be ideal. No touching involved. Yeah. But anyway, so senior year actually ended really nicely for me. I had a wonderful date to prom, who's one of my friends, not Lonnie, someone who actually was friends with me. And then exactly, screw him, yeah. Not literally though, because I was scared of that. Yeah. So I went to prom with this guy, and I learned how much of an ass Lonnie was because he came in wearing this bright ass tuxedo, and he had 2 girls on either arm. Like he brought 2 dates to the prom. Not even joking. One of the girls was the girl in the picture.
I took that as 2 dates on both.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got really long arms.
Yeah, he had long arms. That's what attracted me to him in the first place. But yeah, so that was fun. I'm trying to think. Okay, so you know how like Facebook has like really specific ads, like that are really specific to your personality.
I didn't show you one.
Okay,
I got one of yours.
Oh, you did? Okay, great. Okay, don't click it yet. I'll tell you when to click it. But it was really specific. Like they have shirts that are like, oh, like princesses born in January, or like I like to ride horses and I'm born in July. People are supposed to be mind blown that like Facebook knows them. And I always thought it was bullshit until click it. This popped up on my Facebook feed. And, oh my god, I was like, college educated people feminists. How does Facebook know? Like, Facebook wasn't even trying to hide it. They know everything about me. Like, how did they know? Oh my god, especially the college educated.
That last one?
That one was pretty obvious, though. I think we all know. You can go back to the original.
Let's go back.
Okay, yeah, I'm almost done with my screen, y'all. Okay, so I was never, as a kid, I was never afraid of being kidnapped because the word nap is in it. And I love taking naps. Love it. So I have polyphasic sleep, which means that I wake up every 3 hours during the night. So I guess I was prey in another life. Yeah. But like people, when I tell people that, they're always like, "Rip." Not for me though. Yeah, because I'm not resting in peace. It's funnier the more I explain. I guess one last thing I'll tell y'all. So I have some sort of condition. I don't know if it's PCOS. I don't know if it's endometriosis, but I have something that's like really painful for me a lot in my pelvic region. I won't specify any further, but it's very bad. And for those of you who don't know how bad it is, I hope I'm pregnant every month so that I don't get my period. Like, it's that bad. Like, please can I have a baby? I don't care that I'm 19. Don't care, it doesn't matter. Almost making it to the point where I'm not. I wouldn't be a teen mom, but like, who cares? And like, I thought of something like people make ads on like, not on dating apps, people like have campaigns for themselves, you know? And if I was single, the only thing that would seduce me is if someone said, for 2 minutes of your time, I can make your period go away for 9 months. Just 2 minutes, that's all it takes, that's it. And just 9 months, gone. I'd be pregnant with some person's baby that I don't even know, but like, as long as I'm not getting my period, that is all that counts. Let's see if I have anything else that I was going to say. Oh yeah. So I guess a closing joke. I was so exhausted that today I checked the expiration date on my dress before putting it on. And it was so, like, I was so exhausted that I said to my boyfriend, I don't actually remember if I did say this to you or if it was somebody else, but I said, like, it's so loud, can you turn down the volume outside? Yeah. So I am Candy Kramer. I'm the president of Stand-Up. Now introducing Hamza Hassan.
There we go. Okay, so hello everybody. It's funny that our only audience is the jugglers, and we're a club full of, strugglers. So obviously the theme here is high school. And my high school, it was pretty different from the rest. It's not what you would usually see on like TV or movies or anything. One thing that always stood out to me in like movies about high school and stuff is like during the scenes that would take place during gym class. Like they would always end with the gym teacher, a bunch of dudes showering together. Like never have I seen this in any school. I've never ever heard or seen about this in my school or any other school. And like my school definitely didn't have dudes like scrubbing each other and like pulling each other's towels down to like take pictures for save for later. I know for a fact it didn't happen because they kicked those guys out a while ago. Yeah, I don't know if this type of stuff isn't happening in anybody's school. It makes me think like where the directors get this idea from. Like what are these dudes doing? Did they go to some really weird high schools, or they just want to see young boys shower together for 5 minutes? Also, speaking of gym class, I always felt like really bad for gym teachers because I mean, no one really like plans on being a gym teacher. You just kind of failed everything else in your life, and that's where you land pretty much. Unfortunately, they're all like failed athletes, and they're still just dreaming about what their lives could have been if they didn't get caught doing steroids or something. And that was really suck because like you take these steroids, like you get drinks and everything, and you still suck at your sport and you got caught. Come on, bro. How many L's does like one man have to to take before God is like, you know what, I've done enough. You know, it's not even funny anymore. I should probably just stop. And yeah, I was gonna say all on that last joke, but I don't want to get the school on like lockdown or something, so I'm gonna stick with God. Okay. Yeah, but no, I feel bad for gym teachers, because imagine failing at your dream, becoming a gym teacher, and then having to play kickball at 8 a.m. with some disgusting kids whose parents fed them a can of Arizona and hot Cheetos for breakfast, and they're just screaming their heads off all the time. But I mean, just think about that, and you'll understand why our gym teachers always had. Just think about that, and you wonder why our gym teachers always were the biggest dicks, as well as they had the biggest dicks, of course. But yeah, high school was pretty wild, especially the 9th grade. Best 3 years of my life, for sure. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't fail 9th grade. I got pretty good grades. But I wasn't like a nerd or anything. My school didn't have those like cliche Disney Channel like type groups. Like we didn't have the jocks and like the goths and the nerds and stuff. We did have one group though, and that was my group, and we were called the Virgins. Nothing racist or discriminatory. We were just guys who unanimously couldn't get any girls. Some dudes got so tired of being called virgins that they just started having sex with each other. And they tried to get with any dude they could find in the school, pretty much, you know? Like, it got so bad that they'd rather get made fun of for Snapchat and every dude would picture of their dick with a caption, "You like this, Poppy?" and actually get made fun of for being a virgin, which really says something. Okay. But yeah, that was basically my social standing in high school. But my favorite subject in high school is physics. I mean, obviously, remember I was a virgin, so you couldn't tell. I'm 15 plus in all these pictures, so you couldn't tell. But yeah, my favorite class is definitely physics, because my physics teacher didn't give a fuck about anybody, which I deeply admire. Every time a fight would break out in front of his class, which would happen a lot, he would just go and instigate the fight instead of breaking it up. Like if there was a fight between two girls, one of them would say something like, "Man, your man has a little dick," or something. And then my physics teacher would want to make sure things got blown way out of proportion, so he'd hype up the trash talk and be like, "Oh shit, Shaniqua just said your man's dick so small can't even fuck no bacteria pussy, right?" What you gonna do about it, Alicia? If you couldn't tell, I went to kind of a ghetto-ass school. But yeah, he would eventually break it up and also just use it as an excuse to fight the annoying ass kids. Like the fight would be completely broken up, but he'd still have a kid in a chokehold and kind of just be like punching them. But yeah, in my school there were a lot of girls that had like really long weaves and like fake hair. And so when they fight, they just grab each other's hair. And it would be impossible to break up the fight because they'd super glue the shit into their heads so it would never come out. Yeah, you have to like bring like a chainsaw in, or like actually cut it with scissors, which actually happened one time, so I had to cut two girls apart. But yeah, my high school also had a lot of teachers that would flirt with the students. And I mean, I wouldn't care, I wouldn't mind if the teachers were like hot or something, but they weren't. They were just like 0s out of 10. I just always looked tired and like they'd been through a war or something. And I think life hits high school teachers the hardest and the quickest, because again, let's be honest, for 99% of them, this is not their dream at all. They failed at their dream and they just thought, you know what, fuck being an astronaut, I'll just teach some shitty ass kids. I was yelling for 40 years and retired instead. But yeah, I never had a teacher that I looked at and thought, wow, they look great, they really got it together. Especially for the male teachers, you know. They all just look like they're going through a new divorce every single day. I always just picture them in the teacher's lounge, like sitting there on their 12th cup of coffee for the day, because I mean, there's nothing else that's gonna get them through their shitty lives. Besides maybe like the coke in their pockets that they got from the gym. I mean, that's it. But yeah, I always just picture them in the teacher's lounge. You know what I'm talking about, Eric?
Oh yeah.
I always just picture them in the teacher's lounge, just ranting to one another. Like, you know, one day I'm gonna leave my wife. You know, I got holes in every department in this school. Like, I could just get with the old 85-year-old science teacher at this school. She's got a metal hip, but I mean, it's better than my wife's cold metal heart. Those kinds of guy teachers were always super creepy too. They could never successfully attract women their own age, because I mean, they were teachers and they went bald at like 25. So they just resorted to hitting on girls in our classes. Especially the girls that were like dumb as bricks. Like, cause some of those girls would like cheat off me during tests, and they'd get 100 and I'd get a 25. And then I'd have to like go to the teacher and be like, "Hey man, I think you made a mistake." Me and her have the same answers, but you know, if she got 100, I failed. And he'd just be like, "Look, buddy, I don't know what to tell you. Should have just worked harder. Can't expect any handouts in life, can you?" Basically, what he meant by that was, if your chest is flat and you got a penis, then you can go fuck yourself. One of those two things things needed not to be true for me to get this man's attention. So that conversation made me wonder, like, what if I just walk in the room with like 2 basketballs shoved in my shirt? I could just walk in there all rude and be like, hey, I accidentally fucked my grade up. And this creepy ass would just have his eyes locked into my chest, being like, oh wait, did I really make a mistake? I'm so sorry, I'll change that right away for you. I'll bump it up to a 69 if you like that sort of thing, you know? And he'd probably ask, he'd probably be like, oh, can I touch him? No? Oh, all right. I mean, I didn't want to touch him anyway. I just wanted to know if he wanted me to want to touch him or something. Whenever a fight would break out between 2 girls, the principal would have to hold that creepy ass teacher back, because the principal knew this guy wasn't really trying to break up the fight. He was just trying to feel some titties. For some reason, every time something went wrong for a girl, he was always like a first responder in that situation. Like some girl starts to choke, and then not even 2 seconds later, he'll barge in the door and be like, okay, well, if no one else is gonna give her dick to mouth, mouth to mouth, then I'll have to do it for her. I guess I'll volunteer. You know what really sucked though is that none of the female teachers were like that. None of the female teachers wanted to flirt with me, except for like the 85-year-old science teacher, of course, who had a thing for petite little brown boys like me. One time she forced me to look at pictures on her phone of all her ex-husbands. And after the 5th husband, I started to realize, you know, these dudes all look like me for some reason. So at that moment, I had a serious thought in my mind. Like, I could walk out of this room and just report her for like sexual harassment, or I could finally get out of this virgin group real quick. But yeah, high school was strange though. You guys ever notice that after you graduate, the dudes that don't go to college or don't work, never have anything going on in their life, always get absolutely jacked and do nothing but go to the gym after because they have nothing else going on in their lives. Once they see a little bit of gains, they become like an Instagram fitness page and everything. They become like a meathead and that's all they talk about. You try to talk to them and be like, hey man, haven't seen you in a while, what's up? They'll be like, oh, nothing much, dude, I just gained like 12.6 pounds of muscle and changed my whole body and lifestyle. It's so much better than yours. Here, you know, I'll send you the link where I got my my supplements from. It's annoying because they have nothing else as an identity except being fit. Sorry, bro, being like ripped isn't a personality type, unfortunately. So I'll still look at these guys and I'll think, I'll actually be a little relieved because it becomes very clear that there's no shortage of future gym teachers in this world. I see these people. But yeah, that's it. Okay.
So now I'd like to welcome the strong jugglers to juggle for us.
Take your man, let them go. When the love is broken Okay. I just noticed the mic is really bump. Small bump in the mic. Okay, homecoming, high school. Remember, like, did you guys do like any sports in high school? Cause yeah. Cause like in our class, like having a sport was like an essential thing to prove that you're a really masculine man. Because like it wouldn't work if you like go all over around and show your balls to everyone to prove that you're a man. Like trust me, I've tried that, like it wouldn't work. But honestly, you have to do some sport, and you have to always mention saying that I do boxing. So guys, I did boxing in high school. So the boxing was really a fun experience. Like how people join boxing. They got beaten up on the street. They go to boxing club and train to become stronger. How I joined boxing. I got beaten up on the street, went to boxing club, and got beaten up in boxing club. So, it was really annoying because it was a middle school boxing club, so as a high school student. It was like, in the boxing club, like training a lot, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, all this shit. And like suddenly get beaten up by a guy who dances like a Fortnite dance every time he wins. Yeah, and but you might seem like maybe I can read books. Well, no, I'm not really good at books. Like at high school, I was reading a book in a bus, and I was turning a page, and there was a girl sitting next to me. She was like, "Oh," she was reading the same book as me. Like, "Whoa, wait, I haven't finished yet." And I was like, "Oh, sorry for timing your book." and I was like, "Now, do you guys have friends like who read every single book in the world?" Yeah. They're really annoying guys. Like I say one book title, they say, "Oh, I've read it." I say another book title, they say, "Oh, I've read it." Once I even made up a book title, and my friend said, "Oh yeah, I've read it." You know what? The next day, they brought that book to me. That's what we would do when we have English major. So, but I'm really happy that audiobooks, readers don't read books as I do. Because imagine hearing about relax, the Spanish and flame dust. What kind of dust are you talking about? Okay. You perceive after a moment the eyes of Dr. T.J. Eckler. Who the fuck is Dr. T.J. Eckler? Well, I'm reading this damn book. It's Friday night and I was supposed to be drinking at a frat party. But I have to submit this fucking homework at midnight. Yeah, I'm telling you, reading fiction in high school is really boring. And once we were in a high school class and reading a really boring book, and our teacher said, go to the next page, but instead of that, I decided to go to that. And our teacher didn't even notice because he was asleep at that moment. Do you guys get surprised how your brain always when you're doing homework, you're like, "Oh, I can't do this homework, I'm too tired." But the next minute he's like, "Oh, you want to go to another place 11 miles away from home to get sex with a random Tinder match girl?" Yeah, of course, you do. Yeah, fuck PE, choose STD. Yeah, so I actually did that walk. No, I'm joking. Last week I went to see a dentist. So and once he looked at his smile, he was like, "Oh, you're an American, right?" It was like, "Yeah, how do you know?" I mean, "Yeah, I saw a Russian passport." "Oh yeah, really?" And also your smile is shit. But he was right. I didn't get offended or something. He took an X-ray of my teeth, and this X-ray looked like a weird family photo, so everyone's crowded in one place, and someone his two shorts that came to the front. And there's always a guy who always stands miles away from everyone, and it makes the whole picture awkward. These are my teeth, actually. When you do an X-ray in the clinic, you kind of get this weird stuff in your neck, and nothing else. Whereas the nurse puts this anti-radio hazard seals, as anti-radiant hazard suit, seals the huge door, and hops on a bus to another city. And from the bunker there, presses the button scan. And then she comes back and says, "Oh, that was $500." Okay, like actually, I shouldn't be complaining. Like, you know, back in the day in Central Asia, in my primary school, we didn't have toilet paper and we didn't use toilet paper. It's not like we were so ecologically friendly that we when our asses looked like Greta Thunberg, but it was like we didn't have them. And you know, guys, what we used? Like maybe normal paper, maybe newspaper. No. We used rocks. So it was pretty much like playing rock, paper, scissors game, but with terrible outcome. Yeah, but instead of like winning the game, you actually had to wipe the ass with the thing you win. And you better not come up with scissors. If you come up with a scissors, man, you won't work your ass anymore. So I'm actually enjoying my life in college, and I've been to New York City. Come on, like that's a very cool thing. So once I was in a subway in New York City, and there's like I saw like a Muslim guy, a Muslim man with a beard came to the train, and he said as soon as he sat next to a guy, another guy, he's like set one chair aside, one seat aside. And apparently he was like afraid of him or something. I just wanted to come to him and say, man, anyway you're gonna get fucked. Even if he blows up, he wouldn't really like be safe. It's not gonna save your life. You will never see like these unambitious terrorists who wanna kill everyone around, but only in 3 feet diameter, 3 feet radius. Alright, thanks a lot.
Another big thank you to these 3 gentlemen from Alpha Delta Phi coming. Honestly, I didn't mention it, but if you guys didn't come, I was gonna hold a grudge for 2 years and then never be one of the people dancing in your basement again. But like, that's a total lie. Because I dance my heart out. I really like dancing. We'll figure that out eventually. So I do this thing when I do get a little tipsy though. I'll start dancing around and I'll start picking up plastic cups and cans and I'll put them in the recycling bin because I'm afraid people are going to throw them out. And so it's what I do in my free time. There was one night that everybody had gone home. I was in the basement and I cleaned the whole basement. And then I just walked back to base and it was totally normal. It does make me feel like a one-woman crime scene cleanup crew, though, except I would never shine a black light anywhere in that house. I loved dancing in high school, but not on a dance team. I just kind of flailed my body like one of those dancing tubes in front of car dealerships. Dancing wasn't really anyone's priority in my school. It was like a small rural school. But you bet your ass when the DJ faded the national anthem into Cotton Eye Joe, everybody lost their minds. But personally, I think America's real national anthem is Cotton Eye Joe. Thank you. But don't mind Jimmy and Ben's shit kickers or Zach's tuxedo, like camouflage tuxedo. 2 of them just got done cow tipping. One of them is hiding from his prom date, who's also his second cousin. I had a big advantage in my school, though. I didn't have any relatives, so I could date anyone I wanted and not worry about seeing them at the family dinner table. Although, there's this one thing about needing them to like you back in order for that to happen, which is total bullshit in my opinion. In 6th grade, my dreams were crushed when a new girl showed up. All the boys just started drooling over her. She wasn't really pretty. I know that's bad. She wasn't really pretty. Personality was garbage. And I don't personally know when your guys' balls drop, but you knew what boobs were. And so my 6th grade boy body didn't stand a chance. There were boys with bigger tits than me in 6th grade. But there was one boy. I knew he liked me. This kid. I was a senior in high school. I was doing the stats for the boys' basketball team. And so I would go on the trips, and he'd always sit with me, and he'd talk all the time. So by the end, I ended up soaking wet because he had a lisp and spit in my face. and it was one of those lisp, not a lisp. But we were hanging out in a group one time, and he comes over. He's trying to be all cool. He's acting like an asshole. He's just doing dumb stuff, and. I asked him, I go, do you think before you speak? And he goes, only about the stuff I like to do to you. And then I go, bro, do you think with a lisp too? And I know it's sad to make fun of somebody with a lisp. Like, it's terrible now that I say it out loud. But, I'm sorry. No, yeah, so I thought it was terrible. And in the moment, I was like, he's gonna hate me forever. Nope, he thought it was sexy. Yeah, apparently he likes sass. I get a lot of my sass from my mom, along with a lot of emotional damage, but that's irrelevant. My older brother told me I was a safe marriage baby, and it's been over 18 years, and my parents have been happily divorced. My mom likes to take those Facebook quizzes, though, that you do to see how compatible you are with your significant other. And she always has me as a significant other, but she never, listens to my answers, and she answers herself, so, we're already partway into the relationship. To really make her feel like we're in a relationship, though, I like to leave my laundry everywhere and ask her to make me sandwiches. But since I'm not related to anyone, neither is she. And my high school principal, was divorced, and he was kind of a prick, so I was like, he just needs to get laid. So I tried setting my mom and my high school principal up, and it didn't work out. She thought he was an asshole, and he was oblivious. And throughout my senior year, he progressively turned into a bully. And usually, to assert your dominance over your bully, you bang their mom. But Patty was a lovely woman, and she gave me cookies when I went to the nurse's office. So how did I assert my dominance over my high school bully, the high school principal? I fucked his son. Anyway, so it didn't assert my dominance over him, but it did bring them together in some weird way, which I think is good. It's very nice. I was very confident in high school, not to the cocky point, but definitely to the intimidating point. Guys would tremble because they realized I had terrible things like ideas and opinions. That was too much for them. I guess the only way they could cope with it though was to just treat me like a guy, tackle me in gym class or something. I got called bro or dude so much you'd think I had a dick down here, but in 3rd grade I dressed up as a stormtrooper with a bunch of my other friends, 3 other friends, and we went out to recess that day, and there was another group of girls dressed up as the Cheetah Girls, and so we had a turf war at recess. That was a big issue. So we couldn't open a can of whoop ass on a bunch of 3rd grade girls. So we're like, how do we handle this? So obviously to teach them a lesson, we had a dance off. But it wasn't choreographed at all. So we had to take them one-on-one, like, Billy, you get bucktooth Becky. Alex, you get the one with the limp, I'll take the big one. And so, if you were to look out the window, you just see people shifting, one-on-one. It was so weird. I did a lot of weird things. Honestly, given all that I told you, I'm surprised that I turned out straight. that confidence went out the window once I got to college. And my anxiety shot through the roof, which is surprising because I'm standing up in front of you, doing stand-up comedy. One girl asked me to use my calculator during a quiz. And I was like, yeah, sure, thinking she'd give it right back. And I actually kind of hoped she would be here tonight so she'd know how I actually felt. But I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I was thinking she was going to give it back, and then she never did. And I was too afraid to ask for it back. And so I just did all my long division by hand on my quiz, and I turned it in. And I still finished before her, like 15 minutes before her, and I sat there and I waited because I didn't want her to feel pressure to, give it back. And then, so I got it. And then the very next day, I'm studying for this orgo exam, which, by the way, almost everybody bombed. And I'm studying in Chase. It's the first time ever being in this building. It's a very nice building. I'm on the 3rd floor. I have this nice setup going. And I was like, I have to use the restroom so bad. And so I'm surrounded by people, but I refused to ask any of them where the closest restroom was. I was like, they can't know I have bowels. I can't do it. And so I was like, I remember seeing a bathroom on the 1st floor. And so I go all the way down to the 1st floor, and I'm in there, and women are just coming in and out and in and out. And it sounds stupid, but do any of you need concentration to shit? I couldn't do it. And so I left. I washed my hands so nobody was on to me. They'd be like, yeah, just use the bathroom, whatever. And so I was like, I have to find a bathroom that I know nobody's gonna be in. And so I was like, 2nd floor Todd. So I left the Chase. I left everything I had behind on the 3rd floor. I left. I went to Todd, and I was right. I was the only one in there. Well, actually, it was just me and the ghost I convinced myself was in the girls' bathroom, like Moaning Myrtle in Harry Potter. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave you with that long, shitty joke. All right. Thank you guys for coming out.